Hello, Glorious Edworks lovers. This is Glorious Edworks once again. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you so much. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful black loop turban cap. You can see how beautiful it is. Very beautiful. This is what we're going to learn with the front design on it. Follow me as we go on this tutorial. Thank you. Let's get started. This material here is called mesh material. Mesh fabric, sorry. This fabric is mesh fabric. You can see how it is. The materials needed is this mesh fabric, our matching thread with hand needle, our tape rule, scissors, and this that I will use for the front of our turban cap. Now, the measurements for this particular turban cap from the head circumference, like I said in my last video, your head circumference is the stretchy part. The head circumference for this tutorial is 27. The head circumference is 27. Now the length is 18. The length is 18. The head circumference is 27. Now I've not removed the band. The band is still with the 18 length that is in this fabric. Now for the mesh fabric we're going to use for the loop, here is just a guess measurement anyway. Here I have let me say 7 by 7 inches too. Yeah, 7 inches by 7 inches. That is what I have for the loop. Now I have not removed my band. There is a reason for that. So I will teach you how to sew your band without removing it from the body of your fabric. You just measure everything out. This is 18 inches and my band inclusive. So now what you will do is you put the non-stretchy part, which is the length, you put it together like this. Make sure the mouth is equal like this. Then measure out your band. It depends on the band you want to use. The measurement of the band you want to use. For this particular tutorial, I'm going to use, let me say, 3 inches. For this particular tutorial, I'm going to use 3 inches. Then when you measure it out, you take your chalk to mark it out. 3 inches for the band. This is the band, 3 inches for the band. So you measure it out. When you measure it out, you use your scissors to notch it. Now just a little, just a little. This is it. So for you to, I'm trying to bring out the band from this place, but I don't want to cut it out. That is what I'm doing. Then you fold it in like this. If you look at what I've done, you will get it. This is our 3 inches. We fold our 3 inches into two. Our 3 inches, you fold it into two. Then you join it to where you notch, just like this. You use your pin to hold it down. You come to this other side. You fold it into two. Our 3 inches, you fold it into two. Then you fold it down like this too. Then again, you use your pin to hold it down. For a first time, if you are doing it for the first time, I will advise you to do it to make sure you pin at least in 4 or 5 places, so that when you sew it will not shift. When you sew it will not shift. Just fold it like that in 4 to 5 places, like this. You follow where. So our band is almost ready. I will take it to my sewing machine now and sew it out. So you sew from this place to this place. You sew from one edge to the other edge. From this place, you sew it down to this place. This place where you are folded in, not this other side. As you have folded it, you will notice, you will see it, that this is where you will need to sew, not this other side. So let me take it to my sewing machine and sew it, then come back. So you will sew from one edge to the other. So as you can see, I'm done sewing the band. You can see the band. So sometimes if you want to sew something like this, you don't need to cut out your band. Just fold it into two, notch it out, then fold the um the inches of the band you want to use, fold it into two, then you just sew straight. This can only be done for straight, for round band. So now the next thing to do is to fold our mesh fabric into two. Then let me pin this place. Make sure the mouth is equal. Make sure it's equal here. Pin it down. So I'm going to start sewing from here, from this edge down like this. When I get to this place, let me use my chalk to mark it so I understand. I'm going to start sewing like this. Like this. When I get to this edge, I'll curve. So when I curve at this edge, I'll measure out 2 inches, because I don't want to close everything here. I'll measure out 2 inches. So I've already measured out 2 inches. So my sewing will end here. So my sewing ends here. So I'll take it to my sewing machine now. Sew from here. Now curve it here, then sew to this place. So likewise, loop, my mesh fabric that I want to use for the loop, I'll fold it into two like this. Remember, the measurement is 7 by 7. 7 breadth, 7 length. So I'll fold it into two and sew it. So once I'm done sewing, I will come back. Let me take it to my sewing machine to sew. So I'm done sewing the two. I'm done sewing my turban cap and I'm done sewing the loop. So this is the sewing. So turn it to the right side. Turn it to the right side. But if you want to make yours, try to increase the length of this loop to like 9 inches for you to be able to manipulate it very well. This 7 inches is okay, but for you to manipulate it very well, make it 9 inches. So I turn my turban cap to the right side. And see how it is. Don't forget, I did not close it here. I left this place open. I left it open. So now I will take what I want to use as design on my cap. I'll put it inside. Look at what I'm doing. You will understand it. Look at it. Look at how beautiful it is. So you pull it to the center. This is it. Let me do it again. This is our loop. Put it inside. Put it inside. Just like this. So I put it inside with a bank up. Okay. I will I'll make sure I get the center of the cap. I always like to pin it down so that it doesn't shift while I'm working with it. So get the center of the cap so it doesn't shift. Just put it inside it and bring it out like this. I'll prefer to sew it from the back. So when I'm done, let me show you. I prefer to sew it from the back. This is the back. This is where the joining is. I'll turn it first like this. The joining. So I'll sew it like this. Once I'm done, then I'll now turn it back. You see what I'm doing now. So I'll take it to my sewing machine like this. So let me pin it so I can see. This is how it looks. Let me take it to my sewing machine and sew this down. I'll sew this place down. Then I'll come back to show you. So I'm done sewing. I'm done sewing it. You can see I sew it to where I sew it like this on where there is the joining. So I will turn it. I'll turn it in order for me to hide the sewing. I'll turn it. I'll try as much as possible to turn it well. You see how it is? I've turned it. So the line for the joining is no longer showing. So I've turned it. Let me remove this thing. So the next thing to do now is to gather our turban cap at the back. To gather our turban cap at the back. Try to get the center, which is the front. So I'm done fixing this. Then the next thing to do is to measure the edge circumference. You take your tape rule, measure out the edge circumference you actually want to use, because we intentionally made it this big for it to have that backdrop effect. For it to have the backdrop effect. That is why I made the measurement 27. The actual head circumference for almost every human is 22, 23. So now we're going to I'm going to take my tape rule and start the measurement from this place, not from here, from here. This this loop, this thing here might not allow you to get the actual measurement, but try as much as possible to take your tape rule to the edge here and measure out 9 inches. 9 inches. The reason why I'm using 9 inches is because this mesh material expands and can, once it expands like that, it will be too big, can be very big. So that is why I'm measuring 9 inches. In fact, let me just make it 9.5. 9.5 inches. So I'll use my chalk and mark. So after measuring, you turn your fabric to the wrong side, so that we can do our running stitch on it. This is where we measured. So take your needle and thread. Take your needle and thread, matching thread. You start your running stitch not from the band, from the back, from the down. This is the measurement for our 9 inches. In fact, for it to stay, you can use your pin. I always like to use my pin to hold it so that the band side will not shift. So just look at what I'm doing. I want that backdrop effect to be there. So this is where our 9 inches is. Just slant it. Just use your chalk to slant something like this for us to have the backdrop effect. So you continue. So as you continue, you follow. So our turban cap is ready. You can see how beautiful it is. I've turned it to the right side. So I'll put it on the mannequin for us to see. Now this, our design on it is movable. You can bring it to the front. You can put it in the center. Now there's something I noticed about this place. This place is still open. So you take it to your sewing machine and key that place up. We decided to leave these 2 inches for us to be able to manipulate our loop inside. But since we are done, we still need to close this place up. So I'll put it in my sewing machine. So guys, this is the finished look for the turban cap. Thank you for watching. If you like this video you have just watched, give it a thumbs up. Drop your comment in the comment section. If you are new to this channel, please do well to subscribe for more exciting videos, more exciting tutorials. Thank you. God bless you. See you in my next video. Bye.